Paper number 54. Paper number 54. Question number 66. As you are running out of time, please tell me the question numbers. I'll explain only those question numbers, okay? Rather than discussing each and every question, we hardly left with around some 20 minutes. As tell me question number 66 to 68. Anyone please 66 to 68. Then 69. Now question number 68. Now in this question number 68, what is the information given here? In spite of. Underline this word, in spite. In spite of conducting several awareness programs and receiving monetary help from the government, the women self-help groups are not very successful in rural areas of state B. Now, though they are getting some several awareness programs and they are receiving monetary terms, still they were not that much successful. Then what is the question here? Which of the following statements cannot be a reason for the given problem? Except one, the remaining four can be the reasons and one cannot be the reason. Then self-help groups in rural areas of state B lack an organized structure to pump in enough money for advertising their products. Whether this could be the reason or not. And this could be the reason for not being successful. Why? Because in order to be successful, they should have advertising. As they do not have advertising, hence they were not successful. Hence this is the reason for not being successful. And women self-help groups are unable to complete the orders on time due to manpower shortage. Again, manpower shortage is there because that one, and this is the problem of themselves. They could not able to complete the given work in time. Hence this could be the reason for not being successful. Then coming to the third one, and only 55% of the women in rural areas of state B have matriculation. Now, is there anything to do with this percentage of this matriculation? No, because it is not based on academics, but it is based on what? It is based on completely the work oriented. Hence this cannot be the reason. Why this cannot be the reason? Because then this type of works is nothing to do anything with the academics. Then fourth one, mobility is highly limited for women due to social barriers in rural areas. Again, this is the reason for not being successful, because these people are not being allowed to move freely. And fifth one, women in rural areas of state B hesitate in starting their own ventures. They could not able to start on their own. This could be the reason. Hence, all except choice 4 are the reasons for not being successful, and third one is not at all the reason. Hence, what is the answer here? Choice 3. Then coming to question number 69. For the past 3 years, the government of state X has been organizing awareness programs for the betterment of girls and women of the state. For the past 3 years, the government of the state X is conducting awareness programs. Hoardings and banners have been put across the state promoting women upliftment and gender equality. Then which of the following cannot be a consequence? Consequence means after this. Then what can be followed by this? 2 years ago, minimum 15% fee exemption was made mandatory for girl child in public and private schools of the state. Now this is the result of the above thing or not? Isn't it? Now, sir, for the past 3 years and 2 years ago, they have implemented this one, and the first one is the resultant of the above statement. Then second, the rate of female foeticide in the state has come down from 280 cases per year to 3 cases per year in the span of last 3 years. In the last 3 years, what happens here? This is again the resultant of the above efforts made by the government. Then third one, dowry and domestic violence cases in the state dropped by 80%. And this again the result of the efforts made by the government. And fourth one, in all the public organizations of the state, a minimum of 10% female employees has been compulsory. They have made compulsory. Why they have made compulsory? Because they are giving preference for the women. And this is again the result from the government's efforts. Then what is the fifth one here? Cases reported by women of the state regarding chain snatching on the roads has come down by 40% in the last 2 years. Is this anything to do with the above thing? No. Hence, what is your answer here? Choice 5. And this is nowhere related to the above statement at all. And this is about 68 and 69. Then 70 to 72. Yes, question number 70 to 72. Yes, anyone please, 70 to 72. Now question number 70 to 72. Now in this question number 70 to 72, what is the information here? K is the brother of J. How to write this one? K is the brother of J can be written like this. J is the mother of Y. J is the mother of Y. Y is the sister of T. Y is the sister of whom? Y is the sister of T. And T is married to Q. Y is the sister of T and T is married to Q. S is the father of J. S is the father of J and S has only one daughter. Who is that person? That is Y. And this T must be a male because these two persons are siblings to each other. Y is the daughter, T is the son and Q is the daughter-in-law. And S is married to R. S has only one daughter. As S is the father of J. S is the father of J. As S is the father of J. And this S is the father of J. S is here. S is the father of J. And S has only one daughter. As S has only one daughter, J is the daughter, isn't it? S has only one daughter. S is married to R. S is a male and R is a female. K is the brother of D. K is the brother of D means all these persons are siblings to each other. K is the brother of D. As J is the only daughter of S, D is a male. K is the brother of D. Next one. U is the father-in-law of D. U is the father-in-law of D means this D married to someone and that person's father is U. U is the father-in-law of D. K is the brother of J. J is the mother of Y. And Y is the sister of T. Y is the sister of T. And T is married to Q. S is the father of J. S has only one daughter, that is J. And S is married to R. K is the brother of D. And D and U is the father-in-law of D. If U is the father of C, if U is the father of C, then how is this D related to C? As tell me, if U is the father of C. If U is the father of C, no. Now how many children this U is having, not clearly known. If there is only one child, then this C must be a female and is the wife of D. Or if this person U is having more than one child and this person C can be D's wife's sibling. D's wife's sibling, either it could be brother-in-law or sister-in-law or wife. And so how many different options we have? There are three different options. This C could be either the wife of D or brother-in-law of D or sister-in-law of D. Hence cannot be determined. Choice to 70. Then question number 71. How is D related to Y? How is this D related to Y here? Y's father, father's brother. Father's brother is uncle. Uncle, that is choice 3. And question number 72. If Y is married to N. If Y is married to N, Y and N are married couple, Y is a female. Then how is N related to T? How is this N related to T? T is sister's husband. Sister's husband is brother-in-law. That is choice 4. Question number 73, it is choice 4. 72 choice 4. Then coming to question number 73. The farmers of village D. The farmers of village D have been growing crop Y for many years as there is hardly any rainfall in the area. As there is very less rainfall in that area and the farmers of village D have been growing crop Y for many years. And crop Y has minimum water requirements. However, this year many farmers of village D have grown crop X instead of crop Y, despite the fact that crop Y yielded a good product last year, good produce last year. Though last year this crop Y yielded a good produce, but with this time these farmers completely changed from Y to X. As what could be the reason? Okay, which are the following statements, if considered true, may not be a reason for the action of the farmers of village D? As among these 5, there are 4 reasons why they have changed from Y to X, and one cannot be the reason. Now we should find out which among the following cannot be the reason to shift from Y to X. Now first one, in order to reduce the import of crop X, the government of the state has declared certain incentives. As the incentives were there for this crop X, and this is the reason why these farmers shifted to crop X. Whether this is the reason or not, as first one is the reason. The government, second one, the government had introduced a subsidy this year for good quality seeds of crop X. Again, there is a subsidy declared by the government for this crop X, hence there is a reason why these persons have shifted. Then coming to the third, crop X requires only specific kind of fertilizer which is not easily available as it is manufactured only in village S, whereas any fertilizer with a high nitrogen component is suitable for crop Y. Now, so this is what this cannot be the reason. Why this cannot be the reason? Because now, so the fertilizer can be made only in village S, isn't it? Hence, it is very difficult to get that fertilizer. Hence, there is no reason why these people have opted for this crop X, because here the fertilizer is not available. Hence, this cannot be the reason. Then, if you check out the fourth one, a research committee set up this year by the government has recommended that the soil and climate conditions of village D are the best cultivated for crop X, isn't it? Now, the research team suggested that this soil is best suited for crop X, and the farmers have shifted to this crop X. And fifth one, the demand for crop X has risen considerably over the past 1 year. As a result, farmers growing crop X in the neighboring villages of village D have made much more profit than expected. Now, so these farmers who are cultivating this crop X are getting more profits, and so this is the reason why these farmers have shifted to crop X. Hence, except 3, the remaining 4 are the reasons why they have shifted to crop X, and third one cannot be the reason. Hence, what is your answer here? Choice 3. Question number 73, choice 3. As 74 to 78, 74 to 78, inequalities, 74 to 77 coded inequalities. Yes, tell me which one should I explain. 74 to 78, question number please. 74 to 78. Then 79. Now question number 79. Sorry, 78. Now in this 78, what is the information here? Now it is based on syllogisms, definitely true. That means conclusion, all forms are houses. All these forms are what? Houses. And all houses are jungles. All forms are houses. All houses are jungles. No jungle is a ranch. No jungle is what? No jungle is ranch. And all ranches are estates. All these ranches are what? Estates. Then first one. What is the first conclusion here? No farm is a ranch. No farm is a ranch, definitely true. And all estates as no farm is a ranch is definitely true. In order to make this one false, then what is your answer here? Then we should prove it's complementary, because it is a negative conclusion. And in order to make this one false, now we should prove some farms are ranches. Is it possible to draw farm and ranch like this? No. Hence, alternate diagram cannot be drawn. This will be true forever. Hence, only conclusion 1 follows. Done with this? And this is about 78. Then question number 79 to 84. Yes. Now 79 to 84. How many persons are there? There are in total we have some 8 persons. STUV, WXYZ. Live on 8 different floors of a building. 8 different floors. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 different floors. 8 persons lives on 8 different floors of a building. 8 different floors of a building. And at the same time, 8 different floors of a building, and each of them also works at different bank, namely IDBI, SBI, HDFC and so on. 8 persons living on 8 different floors, ST2, Z, and at the same time they are working in different banks. Then condition number 1, Z lives on an even number floor. Whatever is Z, Z lives on an even number floor, and only 3 people live between Z and the one who works at BOI. As Z lives on an even number floor, then tell me what are the different possibilities for this Z. Z can be on the 8th floor or 6th floor, 4 and 2. Now, as of now, let us take Z on the 8th floor, Z on the 6th floor, these two. And if these two are invalid, then we can directly start with 4 and 2, isn't it? Z lives on an even number floor, only 3 people live between Z and the one who works at BOI. Z and BOI, now let us take this is case 1 and this is case 2. Now in case 1, 3 persons between Z and BOI, the person who is working in BOI must be on floor number 4. And coming to this one, the person who is living on, working in BOI must be in floor number 2. Because there are 3 persons in between, the persons who are working in Z and BOI. Then W lives immediately below the one who works at BOI. W is immediately below, here also W is immediately below. W is immediately below the one who works at BY. 3 people live between W and the one who works at Axis Bank. How many persons here? 3 persons between W and Axis Bank. 1, 2, 3 and Axis Bank. Now here also 3 persons between W and Axis Bank, 1, 2, 3, and the person who is working in Axis Bank is on floor number 5 in case 2. And 3 people between W and the one who works at Axis Bank. V lives immediately above T. V lives immediately above T, and V lives on an odd number floor. If V lives on an odd number floor, T must be an even number floor, isn't it? V lives immediately above T, V lives on an odd number floor, and T does not work at BY, and this T does not work at BY. Now let us check out the possibilities for this T. Can T be on the 8th floor? No, because V must be above this one, hence T cannot be on the 8th floor, T cannot be on the 6th floor, and T cannot be on the 2nd floor because T is working in BY. Now the person who is staying in floor number 2 works in BY, hence T cannot be on 2nd floor, hence T at this place and V at this place. Done with this? Then coming to this one in the first case, V and T. And T cannot be on the 4th floor because the person is working in the Bank of India, T cannot be on the 4th floor, and T cannot be on the 2nd floor. Why cannot be on the 2nd floor? Because if T is on the 2nd floor, then V must be on the 3rd floor, which is not possible. T cannot be on the 2nd floor, cannot be on the 4th floor, cannot be on the 8th floor. Hence, what is the only possibility here? T is on the 6th floor, and V is immediately above this one on the 7th floor. And T does not work at BY. 2 people live between T and the one who works at SBI. T and SBI, how many persons are there? There are exactly 2 persons. And the person who is working at SBI must be on floor number 3. And T and SBI, 1, 2, the person SBI can be either at this place or at this place. There are 2 possibilities for this SBI in case 2. And the one who works at SBI does not live on the lowermost. Hence SBI cannot be here. Hence SBI must be on floor number 7. Clear now? Then the one who works at SVC lives immediately above the one who works at PNB. SVC is immediately above the one who works at PNB. These 2 must be together, SVC and PNB. Now in case 1, SVC and PNB can be 1 and 2 or 5 and 6. And in case 2, there is only one possibility. What is that possibility here? SVC on the 4th floor and PNB on the 3rd floor. SVC and PNB. And the one who works at SVC lives on even number floor but not on floor number 2. SVC even number floor but not on floor number 2, hence SVC cannot be on the 2nd floor. Hence SVC must be where? SVC on the 6th floor and PNB must be on the 5th floor. Clear now? Now this is about case 1. And only one person lives between the one who works at SVC and IDBI. SVC and IDBI, there must be exactly one person here. Hence in case 1, SVC and IDBI, now the person who is working in IDBI must be on floor number 8 because there must be exactly one person between these 2. And in this one, IDBI, the person who is working in IDBI must be on the 6th floor. X lives immediately above S. What about this X? X lives immediately above S. X lives immediately above S, and X does not work. X lives on an even number floor. X is on an even number floor and immediately below, above S. As X is on an even number floor immediately above, X cannot be on the 8th floor, cannot be on the 6th floor, cannot be on the 4th floor. Hence X and S must be on the 1st and the 2nd in case 1. And coming to this one, X and S must be 8 and 7. And X does not work at XJSB. X does not work at XJSB, hence XJSB must be at this place, isn't it? Then X does not work at XJSB, and in this one also XJSB must be in this case. U does not work at PNB. As U does not work at PNB, hence U will be here. If U is here, then who is the person left over here? Tell me. ST. S, T, U, V, V, W, X and Z. Y will be here. And in this one, U does not work at PNB. U must be Bank of India and Y must be here. Then U does not work at PNB and does not live on floor number 4. U does not live on floor number 4, but as in case 1, U is living on floor number 4, hence this case is invalid. Till the last statement, both the cases are valid. Now in this one, and U does not live on floor number 4 because U is living on floor number 2. Then what is the thing left over here? SBI, IDBI and so on. And so what is the bank left over here? HDFC. Now the person X who is living on the 8th floor is working in a HDFC bank. Clear now? Now this is about question number 79 to 84. Then after this 79 to 84, then 85 to 89, question numbers 85 to 89, coding it. '79 and 80. You are not getting the answer, right? Key wrong. Now 79. 4 of the following are alike in certain way. Then choice 1. What is choice 1 here? Z floor number 1. Z is floor number 1. Between Z and floor number 1, there are how many persons here? There are 4 persons. And U and floor number 7. Between U and floor number 7, how many persons are there? There are 4 persons. And W and floor number 6. W and floor number 6, again there are 4 persons in between this. S and floor number 2. S and floor number 2, how many persons are there? There are again 2 persons. And T floor number 8. T and floor number 8, how many persons are there? There are only 3 persons. Then what is your answer here? Choice 5 is the answer. Clear? 79, it is choice 5. What is given here? 79? 79. 79, choice 3. It is not choice 3, it is choice 5. Then 80th, W works at which of the following bank? W works at XJSB. XJSB, that is none of the choice 4. Question number 80, it is choice 4. It is choice 4. And 81st, as per the given arrangement, U is related to what? U is related to PNB. U and PNB, U is immediately below PNB, and SC is immediately below HDFC. In to which of the following V is related to? SV is related to what? V is immediately below IDBI. IDBI, that is given in choice 1 is the answer. Clear now? Choice 1. Then U lives on which of the following floor numbers? U is on floor number 2, that's again choice 1. And 83, V works at which of the following banks? V works in Axis Bank. Axis, that is given in choice 3. And which of the following pairs represent those who live immediately above and immediately below Z? Immediately above is S, immediately below Z is V. S and V. S and V. Choice 4 is the answer. And this is about question number 79 to 84. Then 85 to 89, coding and decoding. 85 to 89, coding and decoding. Next one, 90th. Now question number 90, coded inequalities. Then 91 to 95. Now in this question numbers 91 to 95, what is given here? 8 friends, PQRS, WXYZ. Are seated around a circular table, and some of them are facing the center and some of them are facing away from the center. Some facing the center and some of them are away from the center. Then now condition number 1. Now R sits second to the right of Y, only 2 people between R and W. R sits second to the right of Y and only 2 people between R and W. P sits to the immediate right of W. W faces outside. As what is the information here? Now we have one information regarding this W. Now among these 8 persons, W is facing away from the center. Now I am fixing W at this place. And W sits away, W is facing away from the center. And next one, P sits to the immediate right of W. And P sits to the immediate right of W, P will be here, immediate right. R sits second to the right of Y, and only 2 people between R and W. As only 2 people between R and W, how many possibilities do we have for this R? There are 2 possibilities. 1, 2, R can be at this place, that is one possibility. And what is the second possibility? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now W is facing here, and P will be here. And 2 persons between R and W, R can be here. Isn't it? There are R sits second to the right of Y, and only 2 people between R and W. R sits second to the right of Y. R sits second to the right of Y. Y can be either here or Y can be here. And here, R sits second to the right of Y. R sits second to the right of Y. As R sits second to the right of Y, Y must be here. If Y is here, Y must be facing towards the center. Then only R is seated second to the right of Y. R sits second to the right of Y, and only one person sits between P and Z. Only one person sits between P and Z. Immediate neighbors of P faces opposite directions. Only one person sits between P and Z. As only one person sits between P and Z, Z can be either here or here, isn't it? There are only two possibilities for this Z. Only one person sits between P and Z. As there are only one person between P and Z, and Y and Z must be in these two places. One person between P and Z. Now in this case, one person between P and Z, Z must be at this place, immediate left of W. And immediate neighbors of P face opposite. Immediate neighbors of P faces opposite. This person is facing the center, and this person is also facing the center. Immediate neighbors of P faces opposite direction. Q sits third to the left of Z. As Q is seated third to the left of Z, again, if Z is here, 1, 2, 3, Q can be here or here. And again, two possibilities, Q sits third to the left of Z. Here also Q can be either at this place or Q can be at this place. Q sits third to the left of Z, and Q is not an immediate neighbor of P. As Q is not an immediate neighbor of P, now in this case, now Q is not an immediate neighbor of P, Q cannot be here, hence Q must be here. If Q is here, Q sits third to the left of Z, and this Z must be away from the center. If Z is away from the center, then only Q sits third to the left of Z. And Q sits third to the left of Z, and P and Q are not adjacent to each other. If Z is at this place, 1, 2, 3, Q will be here. 1, 2, 3, Q cannot be here. If Z is here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Q, 1, 2, 3, Q. Isn't it? Again, two possible. If Z is here, Q will be here. Or if Z is here, and Q will be at this place. There are two possibilities for this Q. And Q sits third to the left of Z, Q is not an immediate neighbor of P. X faces a direction opposite to that of Y. X and Y, opposite directions. X is neither an immediate neighbor of Y nor P. X is neither an immediate neighbor of Y nor P. Now if you take Y at this place, then what happens here? X cannot be in these two places. As X cannot be in these two places, and then Z will be here, then there is no place left for X at all. Are you following this one or not? Hence, what can you infer from this one? Y cannot be at this place. As Y cannot be at this place, hence where should this Y be? Y must be at this place. Now we can able to determine the position of this Y. Y will be at this place. If Y is here, then whatever this one, Z must be at this place. Z is here. Clear now? Now we can able to determine these two. Then Q sits third to the left of Z, as Z is here. And Q sits third to the left of Z, Z is facing the center, and Q must be at this place. As Q is here, and X is not an immediate neighbor of whom? X is not neither an immediate neighbor of Y nor P, and X cannot be here. Hence where should this X here? X must be at this place. X at this place. X is not an immediate neighbor of P nor Y. Now sir, X cannot be at this place, cannot be at this place. Hence there is no possibility for this X in case 2. Now we are left with only one case. Then who is the person left over here? S is the person left over, S must be at this place. Then R and Q face opposite direction to that of S. S is facing towards the direction towards the center. R and Q must be away from the center. Q is away, R is also away from the center. Then let us go through the directions once again. R sits second to the right of Y. R is seated second to the right of Y. As R is seated second to the right of Y, Y must be facing towards the center. Then only R is seated second to the right of Y. Two people between R and W. P sits to the immediate right of W, and W faces outside. One person between P and Z, and immediate neighbors of P face opposite directions. And Q sits third to the left of Z. Q is seated third to the left of Z. Q is not an immediate neighbor of P. X faces a direction opposite to that of Y. X and Y are opposite directions. Z is X and Y. Y is towards the center. X must be away from the center. X and Y opposite. X is neither immediate neighbor of Y nor P. Then immediate neighbors of S face same direction. S's neighbors, that is P and Z, are facing the same direction, and both these two persons are centered. And P does not face outside. As P does not face outside, R and Q face a direction opposite to that of S. R and Q opposite to that of S. And so what is the final arrangement here? Now this is how these 8 persons were seated around a circular table. Some of them are inward and some of them are outward. Done with this? Now this is about question numbers 91 to 95. Then after this 91 to 95 and 96 to 100. Now 96 to 100, how many persons are there, tell me? As first write down this arrangement, then let us discuss about this 96 to 100. Then 96 to 100, and what is the information here? 8 people E, F, G, H, W, X, Y, Z are sitting in 2 parallel rows containing 4 people each. E, F, G and H in row 1 and W, X, Y, Z in row 2. And so how many persons are there, tell me? In total we have some 4 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And who are the persons here? E, F, G, H. E, F, G, H are seated in row 1 facing north. Hence E, F, G, H must be in this row and the remaining persons W, X, Y, Z must be in this row. And these persons are facing south and the persons in this one are facing towards north. Each of the 2 rows consists of 1 professor, 1 leader, 1 technician and 1 doctor. Now in each of these rows, these 4 persons were present. Doctor, technician and leader and a professor. Then the doctor of row 1, as which is row 1 here? The row 1 is facing towards north. This is row 1 and this is row 2. And the doctor of row 1 sits second to the right of H. Doctor of row 1 sits second to the right of H. And so how many possibilities we have? If H is here, doctor will be at this place. Or what is the second possibility here? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. If H is at the second place, doctor will be here. There are 2 possibilities. The doctor of row 1 sits second to the right of H. E is an immediate neighbor of H. As E is an immediate neighbor of H, in case 1, E is at this place, and in this case 2, E can be either here or here. E is an immediate neighbor of H, and E faces the leader of row 2. E faces the leader of whom? E faces the leader of row 2. Now this E and the leader are opposite to each other. E and the leader are opposite. X sits to the immediate right of the leader. X is to the immediate right of the leader. X sits to the immediate right of the leader. X will be here. And if leader is at this place, X will be here. And immediate, X is to the immediate right. No, sir. E and the leader are opposite to each other. If E is at this place, then leader will be here. If leader is here, X sits to the immediate right of leader is not possible in this case. Isn't it? Hence, E cannot be at this place. As E cannot be at this place, then tell me where should this leader be? And E must be to the immediate right of H. If E is here and the leader of row 2 is opposite to the E and X is to the immediate right of the leader. X sits to the immediate right of leader. X faces one of the immediate neighbors of professor of row 1. X faces the one of the immediate neighbors of professor of row 1. Professor of row 1, X is here, this person E must be the professor. Now in this case, either this person is the professor or this person is the professor. There are 2 possibilities. X faces one of the immediate neighbors of the professor of row 1. The professor of row 1 does not sit at any of the extreme. Hence the professor cannot be here and this person is the professor. Professor of row 1 does not sit at any of the extreme ends of the line. Then next one. W sits second to the left of Y. As W seated second to the left of Y, then what is the only possibility here? W sits second to the left of Y. In this one, W sits second to the left of Y. And Z does not face G. As Z does not face G here, Z is here. Z is not facing G, G will be here. Now in this one, Z will be here. Z does not face G, G will be here. Then who is the person left over here? F is the person left over here, F is the person left over. Done with this? Now with this, we can able to fix the persons. Now we need to find out their profession. Z does not face G. F faces the professor of row 2. Now this F is facing the professor of row 2. This person is the professor and this person is the professor Z. In both the cases, Z is the professor. And F faces the professor of row 2. In both the rows, only one person sits between professor and technician. Professor and technician, this person, X is the technician here. Now in this one, professor and technician, this person is the technician. And here, in both the rows, this person is the technician. Here, this person is the technician. Done with this? As technician, leader, professor were done, this person is the doctor. And technician, doctor, professor, and this person is the leader. And here again, and technician, leader, professor, and this person is the doctor. And here, technician, professor, doctor, and this person is the leader. and W is not a doctor. W is not a doctor. Here, in case 1, W is the doctor, hence this case is ruled out. And finally here, W is the leader but not the doctor. We are left with only the second case. Now till the last, with this statement we can able to eliminate one of the cases. But whereas till this time, we got both the cases. Clear now? Now this is about paper number 54. Paper number 54, question number 66 to 100. Done? Anything else? Yes, anything else in this paper? Chapter 54 lo. Number series. Question number 7. Discuss cheyaledan intaku mundu. 61 to 65. Now 61 to 65 question number please. Now question number 61 to 65. Now 3, 4.5, 18, 135, 28350. Yes, tell me what is the logic here. Now the numbers are increasing at a very fast rate. It must be under which category? Combination. Isn't it? As the numbers are increasing at a very fast rate, it must be combination. Hence tell me how can you express this one 3 and 4.5. And 3 and 4.5 can be written as 3 into 1.5. 1.5 can be written as 3 by 2 or not? 3 by 2 is nothing but 1.5, that is 4.5. Then 4.5 and 18. Yes, how can you express this one? 4.5 into 4 is 18. This 4 can be written as into 8 by 2. 8 by 2 is 18. And 18 and 135, how can you express this one? 18 and 135. 18 into how much? 18 into 7. How much 18 into 7? 18 into 7. 18 into 7.5 can be written as 15 by 2. 18 into 7. Yes, what is 18 into 7 here? Plus 7.5 is 135. Saripotunda leda? Are you getting the answer or not? Into 15 by 2. And if this is 15 by 2, 135, then what is the next one? And next one, 3, 8, 15. 3, 8, 15. How can I express this one? 3, 8, 15. 3 plus 5, isn't it? Here, plus 7. Next one is plus 9. And 15 plus 9 is 24. And 24 by 2 is how much? 12. Tell me 135 into 12, are you getting the answer or not? 13,050 plus 270. And that is how much? 13, 16, 20, choice 4 is the answer. 16, 20. And the next one should be multiplied with how much? 24 plus 11, 35 into 35 by 2. Done with this? Now the given numbers are multiplied with 3 by 2, 8 by 2, 15 by 2, 24 by 2 and 35 by 2. And 3 and 8 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 and so on. Done with this? Yes, what is the missing number here? 1620, choice 4 is the number. Yes, next one please. 61, 63. Now question number 63. Now question number 63. Now 200 and 102. Yes, so how to write this one? Now the number decreased only once, from there onwards it is started increasing, isn't it? Hence it should be written as 200 into 0.5 is how much? 100 plus 2 is 102. And 102 and 157. How can I express this one? 102 into 1.5. How much is that? 26. 102 plus 50. 102 means 51. And 102 plus 51, 153 plus so how much? Plus 4. And into 1.5 plus 4. Are you getting this one or not? Into 1.5 plus 4, that is 157. And after this 157, into 0.5, 1.5, next one must be 2.5. And 157 into 2.5 plus so how much? Tell me. Plus 8 or 6? Check out once. 8 వస్తుందా? 8 or 6 వస్తుంది చూడండి. 8 వస్తుందా? 157 into 2 is how much? 2 7 14, 14, 14, 14. And plus 8 and so on. Next one must be how much? 400 and 0.5. Then after this one, into 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, next one must be into 3.5. Into 3.5 plus so how much? Into 3.5 plus 16. Answer vastundandi? Into 3.5 plus 16. Into 3.5 plus 16. Then what is the number here? Yes, tell me what is the number? 1417. 1417, that is choice 2. 1417.75. And this is about 63. Next, 61 to 65. Anything else in these 5? And the next is RRBPO paper number 42. And the next is RRBPO explanation, quant explanation will be there.